The decision of whether 93 challenged books in Berkeley County middle and high schools will remain on the shelf is coming soon after one parent formally complained to the district about them all on the same day.
Those books have not been removed, but a reconsideration process is now underway. Investigative reporter Blair Sable explains who's behind the challenges.
She also explains why some school board members believe that the process shouldn't have begun in the first place.
These are all of the forms submitted by one parent to the Berkeley County School District challenging the availability of 93 books for all middle and high school students in the district. Each form is nearly identical to the next except for the book title and author.
It would be silly if it weren't so dangerous.
According to documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, it was BCSD parent Angelina Davenport who submitted the forms on May 27, 2023. For the section asking for the student's name, Davenport filled it out stating every Berkeley County student that has access to this content in our middle and high schools. Davenport declined to comment to Live 5 for this story about her motivation to file the forms, but did speak at a board meeting before they were submitted. She spoke about the books sold by Patricia McCormick that her child was required to read in their English class and her concern about a graphic rape scene.
If there are books of the same caliber that equally describe the innocence stolen from this girl, why choose to expose them to this obscene and sexually explicit material? Why is it acceptable to make choices for my child, choices I'm not included in, choices I do not agree with?
She cited the state's obscenity law, SC 16-15-305, which makes it illegal to disseminate obscenity to a minor. That's also the reason she cites for each additional challenge title to be removed from schools.
This is unconstitutional and ungodly.
Shout by Lori Howells Anderson, The Upside of Unrequited, Fallout.
These are just some of the challenge books that Paul Bowers with the ACLU of South Carolina was able to check out of a public library. He says the state obscenity law doesn't apply to schools carrying out their legitimate function.
It's an intimidation tactic, and it's pretty transparent what they're doing again and again in one district after another.
The organization originally requested the public records of material challenges to better understand how to fight back against them. He says bans against the same books have been sought after across the country over and over again, as groups like Moms for Liberty have sourced from national lists, labeling the books as inappropriate for children.
Books like these are not a corrupting influence. They are a window to the world, a source of empathy, and sometimes they're a way for a student to see themselves in literature in ways they hadn't before.
3 school board members have expressed their concerns about the process so far.
Every student, that includes my child. I didn't ask you for that.
In my opinion, the superintendent has violated policy by allowing these committees to be formed.
I do feel that there is a political agenda behind it. I don't feel that it's for our children. And what's best for our children.
They believe that the parent had superseded policy by complaining directly to the superintendent, Dr. Anthony Dixon, instead of discussing her concerns with her student's teacher, librarian, and principal as required by the policy. Each form also requires that the challenger sign off that they have read the material. Davenport checked yes on every single one.
Nobody's read all 93 of these books, so I don't think this attestation is accurate.
Despite these concerns, the lengthy reconsideration process has gone forward as approved by the district's legal counsel. 10 committees made up of librarians, staff, and parents have been formed to review the books. Ultimately, per policy, the superintendent is the one who will make the final call as to whether these books will stay on the shelves, choosing to either accept or reject the committee's recommendations. School board members will only be able to weigh in if there is an appeal. The first of several committee meetings to discuss these challenge books will take place tomorrow, and the district says these meetings will be live streamed in order to maintain transparency and to comply with open records law. In Monk's Corner, Blair Sable, Live 5 Investigates.
And Board Chair Mac McQuillan said in a statement to Live 5 News today that special interest groups and certain board members have tried to politicize this process. The district has had a policy in place for parents to challenge instructional materials for more than 10 years. I am confident that the process and results will be fair and transparent.